Okay, so this is an outline of the recruiting process for Chung Dahm Learning. The process begins with the candidate applying to either Chung Dahm Learning directly or through its recruiting subsidiary Eclipse or some other recruiting company. Um, you are required to complete some suitability tests after you apply. You complete a phone interview or like a video interview through Skype. And if you're successful, you're offered a temporary offer of employment. So it's like a little sort of like temporary contract or something like that. Just it's just something to show that they've offered you a job, and you have a certain period of time to either accept it or reject it. And anyway, this offer of employment gives you basic details of your position, such as your rate of pay. What it doesn't tell you is exactly the school you're going to be working, because that is finalized later on in the recruiting process. So it's really just a basic overview of the rate of pay that you're going to um, that you will be receiving if you accept, and various other things such as your obligations if you accept the position with them, such as completing a week of training. Anyway, various other details in this document called the offer of employment. And so this is like your temporary contract, which you sign and return to them. And once that document has been signed, you then have to go about collecting documents for an E2 visa for Korean immigration. So, in order to get this visa, you need to obtain two separate copies of sealed academic transcripts from your university. So that means transcripts in envelopes with the university seal over the flap at the back of the envelope. And in addition to this, you need a criminal background check from your country of origin. Plus, it needs to have an apostilla verification stamp on the back of it. You also, I think, also these are like just sort of smaller things for the process. You also need two passport photos, resume, and your original diploma for your bachelor's degree. And all of this is for the purpose of applying for the Korean E2 visa. Chung Dahm also requires that you submit a photo of yourself, and normally they want something that's showing you sort of in like business attire or something like that. So anyway, you have to submit all these documents to them, and that's quite a time-consuming process. But anyway, once you've done all of this, you have to go about getting all your documents together, and once you have your documents ready, you forward them to Eclipse, your recruiter, and then they forward them on to Chung Dahm in Korea. And then once they have all your documents, they start the process of finding a school for you. So after about 3 weeks, they will normally find a school for you, and then once they've found a school for you, the final contract is prepared, and so they send that to you. You have to sign it, and then you send it back to them, and then with that contract and all the other documents that you provided them with earlier, they take all of that to Korean immigration, and they process your visa, and then you get a visa code, and then you can apply for your visa at the Korean embassy in your country. So anyway, that's the process of applying for this job. Sort of, that's all the things that you have to do in your own country before you arrive in Korea. And then once you arrive in Korea, you are required to complete a week's training for Chung Dahm Learning at the training center in Seoul, and you're also required to complete a medical exam as part of the E2 visa requirements. So you come to Seoul, you're meant to do your 1 week's training, and you complete the medical exam. And then once you complete training, you receive some bonuses from Chung Dahm. You get I think a 200,000 won signing bonus for signing a contract with them, and a 300,000 relocation bonus for relocating to Korea. to work for Chung Dahm Learning. So anyway, that's a brief outline of the recruiting process and how it's all meant to work, and this is how it's all meant to work in theory. So this is just like a brief outline of the recruiting process.